I mean, yeah, guys, we've waited on this moment all year long, and the final championships. Really proud. We've got 11 guys and 14 ladies, and so it's a really big group, 25 people going, and our alternates will be added to that. But just real excited. First time probably in the history of me coaching here. This is the best two teams, men and women together, that we've had, and so just really proud. And I think this is the very best women's team ever. So. We'll see how we do this weekend.
You've won a men's national championship. Can you win a women's next week, you think?
Well, I guess we could if everything was perfect and everything went bad for a couple of other schools. I think realistically we have a chance to be a top 4 team, and Texas would really have to flounder, I think, to not be in the position to win. But there's some other good teams. Florida's really good, and there's several teams. I mean, I think 1 through 6 or 7, you could be, second or third, or you could be 7th depending on what type meet you have. As you know, every point is so valuable at this national meet, and they're so hard to get. So, but I'm excited to see what this group can do. It's the best group we've ever taken as a team.
A lot of your women's chances obviously depend on your jumps, horizontal and high jump as well, and hurdles.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, of course, Rosemary in the sprints, and then we've got Demisha in the hurdles, and then we've got our jumps. I'm still hopeful for the throws. We have 2 discus throwers in there, and we have a heptathlete, and, there's all type possibilities for us to score. But, on paper, our jumps from day one have been the strength, and what we thought would be the strength of the team. And then what's happened is these other people have just come on to make us a little bit more well-rounded. So, looking forward to see what we can do.
Coach, when you talk about the NCAA championships all year, you're saving your best stuff for that. How do you make sure your athletes' emotions are regulated going into this big of a stage?
Yeah, it's always something that worries you, especially the veterans that have been there. It really helps. I always say you win championships with juniors and seniors, and the reason is because they've been there and they failed, and they learn how to handle that failure. And I think you need to fail almost to really know how to handle it. But hopefully the hype's not too much. We talk about it all the time. Go do what you've done to get there. Of course, you've got to really be on your game. They're taking 24 people down to 12. So with that first round in the first 3 jumps, the first 3 throws, I mean, they're everything. And so that's what's different than a normal meet. You come to a normal meet, you get 6 throws, you get 6 jumps, you're going to make the finals. Well, here, you've got to be your best to make the finals. And so that's what makes it a different meet.
How are Jacoby and Terrence physically?
We're good. I mean, we really are, I think, physically healthier than we've been in months. So I don't think, Terrence is best he's been since we went to Florida. Jacoby is great. Everybody I know of that had anything wrong with them is really, really good.
So when you went into the track meet last weekend, did you expect when you guys are going to Oregon that you're going to be taking 25 athletes?
Well, I was hoping for more. We had one, the 4x1 women relay, really, we messed up on a handoff there, and that's a big blow. I mean, that if we had that 4x1 there, we would be, our rankings would even be higher. But that was probably that, and then Malik in the hurdles looked so great in the prelims and then hit hurdles in the finals. Those were 2 that had done really well in the first round. But other than that, we had a really good meet and a really solid meet, and nothing ever goes perfect, so I was real pleased. Yeah, that's a lot of people.
It seems like every week, too, we're talking about the women's team. You just mentioned it yourself.
Yeah.
How do they continue to, set the bar higher and higher as these meets come and go?
Well, when we won it in 19, our men's team came together about April of Baylor. We went and got beat indoors. We should have won. We didn't, and they just got tired of it. And I think the women's team just kept getting better and better about Baylor on also. Everybody kind of came together. Everyone's always known about our jumps, but then, Demisha's really taken off, and then Rosemary's really taken off. And so when you start adding pieces to it, it just made us, like I say, more of a complete team. Really proud of them.
How's your men's sprint relay? What's your expectation for them, and what's your lineup going to be on that?
Yeah, you know, for the first round, we definitely will stay with Adam to Court, to Ashton, and then to Jacoby. That team's going to run fast. We're ready to run, and I mean, those guys think we're going to go and win it, and so that's our goal, is to win that 4x1 and to start that meet off right. Of course, we got to qualify on the first day, but they're ready to run, and we get good stick, we're going to be hard to beat.
Would you run Terrence? You have 2 rounds of that.
Yes, we do.
Would you run Terrence in a final then?
You know, it's a possibility. Terrence will run the 100, and then we'll see after that how he's doing and how he's ranked. And, you know, we haven't had an opportunity to get him in a lot of races, and so he probably doesn't have too many in him. Depending if he does really well in that 100 meters, you know, you could be getting more out of him there than taking a chance on the relay. So we'll just see how that first round goes. We got to fill up lanes. All the running events, we got to make finals, and so that's going to be our goal on Wednesday.
And relay also.
Yeah. I mean,
So how do you keep your legs fresh for all of that, Cody?
keep running. Me running every event, it just make me stronger. So yeah.
What does it mean to you to be able to represent Texas Tech in not 1 but 2 events like that?
It means a lot, you know, going in all 3 events. It's very special to me because, you know, I did it last year and I wanted to kind of do it again this year. So, you know, it means a lot.
What did you learn last year that you kind of carry over into this year?
I would say last year I really learned, like, you really got to go out there and really, like, be focused and actually get it. So, like, hit it hard, from prelim to final. So, yeah. And I didn't make the final last year for either. So, this year for sure I need to make a final for that. So, yeah.
Coach just kind of talked about how crucial execution is going to be for you
Right.
guys going into this. So
Yeah,
do you kind of feel that pressure, I guess? Pressure's the right word?
I wouldn't say pressure is the right word for it, but like just being on my toes, you know, being very alert, and yeah.
I was trying to remember. Was it? I may be completely forgetting. Didn't last year y'all have like a drop baton or something on the relay?
Yeah, our second or third leg, yeah. They dropped it, yeah.
So how much of a motivator is it? I mean, obviously that was a disappointment last year. How much of a motivator is it for you guys this year to finish it off the right way?
I think that incident really like motivated us from the beginning of the year to really like run fast and not let that happen again. But we're ready to run though, so yeah.
How have y'all's exchanges been? Your exchanges been fine.
Yeah, they've been good, yeah.
How do you like running in Eugene? And especially, how do you like running at the Hayward Field the way it is now?
I would say it's all right. The weather is kind of, I don't like the weather up there, but I mean, you got to go up there and handle business, so you don't really have a choice.
What about the weather?
It's moody. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's sunny. So, but yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you, Gordon.
Appreciate it.
All you women in the jumps.
So the expectation, first off, for all the women in the jumps is definitely, first of all, to glorify God, and secondly, to just give our best like we always do. No pressure, just do the same thing we usually do, and just give our best, most importantly, for God, for ourselves, family, and for the school.
Coaches continually call this women's team the best women's team that they've ever had here. What do you see about the team in particular that keeps them raising the bar every single year?
So there's one thing that always motivates us each time is the fact that we are not just a team, we're family now. And the fact that we pray at every team meeting for both the women and the men's team. And we've seen a huge performance, a huge improvement from how the women's team used to be in history and what it is now. So we've seen that we the women, we decided to step up, just like how the guys have stepped up, because we know the guys keep on motivating us definitely, but we know that we have a huge chunk of talent on this team, and we haven't even scratched the surface yet, by God's grace. There's still more to go. There's still more to come. And I believe that the Texas Tech track and field women team, we still have more in us than everyone is seeing right now. There is still more. And I can't wait for where God is going to take this team to in the nearest future.
Now that you guys are heading to Eugene, I mean, it's not a too unfamiliar place for you.
Yeah.
What's it going to mean for you to go back there?
So going back there is a blessing because this will be my second time being there. So it's a huge honor for me to go back there again and do what I know how to do best. And first of all, like I always say, to glorify God and to use my talents for Him. And since I've been there before, my body won't be like, okay, this is a new track. No, it's gonna like get used to it again like it did before. And just to give God my best, give my school my best. And this is my final year competing for my school. So it's just, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be there again and to represent this prestigious university that has helped me become who I am today.
You just mentioned how physically, you feel different coming into this.
Yeah.
Emotionally, what's it like going into the second time?
Emotionally, I feel happy. That's the word, because it's not just me in the triple anymore. It's basically me and Ruta. So we're both in the long and in the triple, and then we see Mo and other of our other multis and high jumpers. So it's a huge feeling, not just for myself, but just for my whole team. And knowing that we made it this far from last year and we're back here again to make history for the team. So I'm excited to see not just what I will do, but to see what they will do, because my teammates are so talented.
How big is it for you to have Ruta by your side there?
It's amazing because last year Ruta was in FSU, so we were like, hey, go Ruta, even if she wasn't my teammate. But now Ruta is my teammate, and I tend to, like, I'll be there to cheer her on. It's so different. It's like a switch, because Ruta was in FSU before, and now she's at Texas Tech. We're both wearing the same logo, and we're like a family. So we just bond and we just root for and cheer for each other like sisters and like teammates. So I'm excited to have Ruta by my side. And not just with an FSU uniform, but with a Texas Tech uniform. That's the most exciting part too.
And then obviously you've been up there, you've won it all. So how have you been able to play as, I guess, kind of a leader, motivational leader on Ruta and even Monet too?
So I won't really say I've been able to play. I think it's just who I am. I never saw myself as a leader, first of all, not until my late coach, Coach Remo Adu, is late now. He coached me when I was 9 years old. So I'll just say it's who I am. I just love to motivate people and see the best in them and bring the best out of them. So it's a beautiful thing to know that God has used me to shine some light in their life, and God is also using them for me, because I don't know it all. I'm learning from them, and we're all learning from each other to be better each day. So.
And then obviously going into what will be your last track meet as a Texas Tech athlete, what can you say about your time here at Texas Tech and just kind of reflect on that a little bit?
My time here has been amazing, honestly, because looking at myself going from JUCO to a D1 NCAA athlete, it's a huge difference. The Ruth of 3 years ago is in the same Ruth now. I've changed spiritually, emotionally, in my career. Academically is amazing. And just seeing the coaches that God has surrounded us with and surrounded me with, they're Christians, they're born agains, they know the Lord, and they're leading us in the right path, which is the most important thing, because I believe that track and field will one day fade away, but your character still determines who you are at the end of the day. So going into this meet as my last meet for Texas Tech, it's going to be an emotional one, because I remember the first time I came to the U.S. and now where I'm at. So it's a huge change, and God has been able to help me by blessing me with this wonderful facility and being a greater athlete. So I'm just thankful to Coach Kitley, thankful to all of the coaches and athletic staff that has helped me to become where I am now.
Ruth, last year in the triple jump, you were always going 46, 46, 46.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're close to getting back to that level, or what's the adjustment been like for you this year?
So by the grace of God, I believe I'm close to getting to that level and even beyond. And I believe that everything that has gone on this season has definitely is just a stepping stone. So everything I've definitely gone through my share of trials and everything this season, but this is it's just a stepping stone to be greater and to be better. So going into this meet, knowing that I have not even gotten close to what I jumped last season, it's a motivation for me, because this is not like my last meet of my life. This is my last meet for Texas Tech. So I tend to give them my very best, as much as the Lord has pleased in my heart. And hopefully, let's see what the Lord will do. No pressure, just stay relaxed, listening to my coach, because I have a new coach now, so my body is like getting adjusted to every single thing, and I'm learning the technique I really needed to learn. So I'm happy that I'm going back to the drawing board every meet and getting better each day, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and even on track.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.